going to show you a couple of different products today. The first thing I'm going to start with is something called Newsstand. And Newsstand is something that comes with the iPhone. And yes, we definitely, there's definitely a lot of iPhone-based material here today, and that's because, well, iPhone really has a lot of stuff, which is not to say that there's not other things that are available outside of iPhone. As you can see, Rick's presentation was on Windows with JAWS. I will also be showing you a couple of things that don't require the use of the iPhone per se, although for ease of demonstration today, I am going to be using my iPhone to do the next couple of segments. So the first thing I want to show you is Newsstand, and like I said, it's included with your iPhone when you purchase it. And what it is a folder that kind of holds all your subscriptions to magazines and newspapers and things like that. So one thing to be wary of before downloading or buying a subscription to a particular publication is it accessible? So you can try it out without actually buying it. You can read, I think, up to 10 articles a day, if I'm not mistaken, using Newsstand without having any subscriptions. So you can definitely try it out to see which one works and which one doesn't. So I do recommend, if you're going to be using this feature, you do that. But when all is said and done, it really does work really beautifully, and I'm going to just show you the New York Times with it.
Speech on. 650. Slide to unlock. Map
I'm going
unmuted.
to enable my clicks too.
See mobile.
Speech off.
Newsstand folder.
This is an app. This is a folder on the iPhone that's available on the iPhone. What you do is download subscriptions to particular publications. So right now I'm going to open the Newsstand folder.
Newsstand.
Well, let me just close it so you guys can hear actually.
App Store.
So
11 new items.
Here, listen to it. So it's going to...
Newsstand folder. 7 items.
Right, so it tells me that I have 7 publications inside of this folder. So I'm going to open it up.
Newsstand.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm going to go through the different the publications that I have here. Some of these I haven't had a chance to check out yet, so I don't know how accessible they are, but I'm going to keep going until we get to the New York Times.
Store. H Magazine. Time Out Magazine, New York. Songlines. CKG Paula Dean. Publishers WK. NY Times.
Okay, so here's the New York Times. I'm going to double tap it and open it.
NY Times. Settings. Button.
Okay, and what it did, there you might have noticed a little pause there. What it did there is actually download the latest articles that are posted on the New York Times.
Save. Popular. Tab. 2 of 5. Selected. Top news.
Okay, at the
tab.
bottom of
1
the
5.
screen, there's a series of tabs. The first one is Top News. So it's the top news stories.
Selected.
Right?
Top news.
Right?
Tab.
And we have
Popular.
popular,
Tab. 2
just
of
like
5.
Lynette showed us. These are popular stories that people maybe have quote unquote liked.
Yes.
Because everybody's all liking things now.
Saved. Tab. 3
Saved,
of
so
5.
I can save articles to my device. Like in the morning I wake up, I can look through a list of headlines, and I can save the ones that I want to read and discard the ones that I don't. So what does that mean? It means it syncs a copy to my device so that I can read it from the device without having to be connected. So if I'm on the train and I'm not getting any service or signal, I can still read my article per se.
U.S. admits for first time drone
Oops, sorry.
saved. Tab. Search. Tab.
Search.
4 sections.
And
tab.
sections.
5
So
of 5.
that's the 5th one. So I'm going to go back to top news.
Selected. Top news.
Okay,
tab.
so we're at
1 of
top
5.
news.
U.S. refresh.
And I'm going to look at the different articles that are available in this section. Hopefully there's something that's not too depressing.
U.S. admits for first time drones killed 4 Americans.
Okay,
Yeah,
no.
deadly end to FBI.
Okay, no.
Barbaric attack in London.
Oh,
no.
Lord.
Minor announces candidacy for New York mayor in video.
Wow.
Gibraltar moves closer to its soccer independence. Gibraltar's sergeant accused of secretly
Right.
IRS.
Ugh.
Focus in Oklahoma moves from Neanderthal molar. Scientists infer early weaning. Patterns
what?
of barium in the fossil tooth of a child indicate that breastfeeding ended after 1.2 years.
Oh.
Researchers say, much sooner than in
Okay.
despite protests. Chicago to close 49 schools. The cruise ship captain to be tried for manslaughter. Iran pushes ahead with Fed stimulus still needs selected.
Okay,
Top
so
news.
clearly there's
Wow.
not too much good stuff happening in the world. So I'm gonna go back to that soccer story.
Yeah.
Iran pushes ahead with cruise ship despite focus in Oklahoma. Sergeant accused Gibraltar moves closer to its soccer
I'm
independence.
gonna open this article. My goodness.
I know.
5:13.
It's kind
Top
of
news. Noted.
depressing.
A view of Gibraltar from Spain, which strongly opposes.
Okay, so now I'm in the article and I can use a standard reading command that is available with VoiceOver to just start reading the article and then I can just sit back and just listen.
Top news. Button. 5:13. Heading. Previous. Button. Next. Button. Gibraltar moves closer to its soccer independence. A view of Gibraltar from Spain, which strongly opposes membership in UEFA for the tiny territory at the tip of the Iberian Peninsula. Image. Vertiplay. At 2x.png. Image. Slideshow vertical line Gibraltar Soccer Dream European Soccer's governing body, UEFA, has given Gibraltar provisional membership, but a vote for full membership nears. By James Montag last updated, 12:53 p.m. ET. Gibraltar, the United States and the Soviet Union boycotted
Okay, Soviet Union. Well, that's quite an old
Oh.
reference. So I paused it with a double finger tap. I can actually resume reading now by tapping it again with two fingers.
as Olympics during the Cold War. The United
Right, and this gives me a lot of flexibility. If I want, I have to get a subscription to this particular, to the New York Times, and what that'll give me is unlimited access to the articles and the sections and things like that. Rick told us before that he actually has a paper subscription, which gives him also digital access to the New York Times. But it ends up being cheaper than having just a digital only
Yes.
subscription, which is a little strange, but I guess they're trying to push the paper distribution because more and more people are opting out of getting that, and that makes a huge difference for advertisers. Like at the top, you may have heard, there's buttons that,
A view of Gibraltar from Gibraltar next, previous, 5:13.
right, so we have next, previous, and then it tells me
5:13.
there's 13 articles in the top news section and that we're on the 5th one. So let's say I wanted to go to the 6th article.
Previous, next,
I could
button,
just tap the next button.
next, dimmed. Sergeant accused of secretly
Okay, we're not gonna listen to the story, but that's basically, you can move and it'll tell me now I should be on 6 of 13,
previous, 6:13.
right?
Heading.
So it gives me all the numbering, and I can move, I can look at the titles instead of having to go back to the main list. I can just press the next button, and it's just like moving through the tracks of an album. Or through the tracks on a CD. So you're moving through different tracks. You can preview a little bit, like the first couple of lines, and if you like it, you can continue, and if you don't like it, move on to the next one.
Top news, button,
I'm going to actually go back to look at the sections. Oh,
save, but top news,
okay.
button,
There we go. We're going to go top news.
settings, sections,
Okay.
tab,
And
5
there's
of 5.
sections tab, which is of the New York Times, which is really kind of
Selected,
awesome.
sections, tab, recently viewed.
Recently
Swipe up or
viewed.
down, photos.
Photos.
Request video.
Video. I'm really excited about photos.
Opinion. Opinion.
Oh, sure.
Require
Opinion,
subscription
so
for full
op-ed.
content.
And you can hear it says require subscription for full content.
World. Require subscription for full
Right, it
content.
says it after each section, so I'm going to keep moving.
U.S.
U.S. news,
Politics. Require
politics,
subscription. Y/region.
New York
Require
regional
Business
news,
Day.
business,
Technology.
tech-
Require science.
Science,
Require health. Require sports.
sports,
Require arts. Require
arts,
reading.
reading.
Require movies. Reading.
Oh, movies. Let's look at that
Require
one first. So
subscription for
movies,
full
I'm going
content.
to open that up and see what's in here.
Sections. Movies. Refresh. Refresh. Movie review. Yet another road trip. And more roadkill. Four of the unlikeliest on the verge of middle age. Alien.
Nice.
Yet familiar. In Man of Steel. Zack Snyder is making the latest
Oh,
of
the new
recent
Superman
fatal
movie.
attempts to revive
Let's see what
2 of
what they say
52
about Superman.
movie. Last Burbank, Caliph. Burbank, Caliph. In a dimly lighted editing suite here on the Warner Brothers lot, lines drawn for maximum secrecy and walls decorated with signs and posters celebrating Star Wars, Indiana Jones and Game of Thrones. Zack Snyder, Link, was discussing his philosophy on the totemic character who arguably
right? So there's obviously, you guys may have heard, there's a reboot of the Superman movie franchise happening this summer. You know, superhero movies are big, big, big money. That is Newsstand. And so basically, like I said, you can access all that information. If you have a subscription, you can access all of it. If you don't have a subscription, you can just access some articles every day. And this gets updated all the time because unlike paper newspapers, digital ones get updated very, very frequently as articles are posted to the website, as you know, things are updated or things happen. It's more in the moment than a paper edition would be. And it gives you a lot of access to information, and it's simple to use. It's a digital synthesized voice, but you can select which voice on the on your iPhone works best for you, and you can use that one. And that's Newsstand in a pinch.